All right, today we are going to unpack a true American classic, Mark Twain's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. And the way we're going to do it is by looking at the very first pages and then the very last pages to really get to the heart of what this incredible book is all about.
So let's just dive right in with the author's own words. Before you even get to page 1, Twain hits you with this totally bizarre warning. He's basically daring you, saying, hey, don't even think about looking for a moral or a plot in here. It's funny, it's a little aggressive, and it just perfectly sets the rebellious tone for everything that's about to happen.
And this cheeky warning, it comes from this man right here, Samuel Clemens, but we all know him as Mark Twain. You can almost see that sharp wit in his eyes. He is, without a doubt, one of America's greatest writers, and this novel is often called his masterpiece for one simple reason: it breaks all the rules.
Okay, so with that warning ringing in our ears, let's meet the guy at the center of it all, our unforgettable narrator.
And here he is, Huckleberry Finn, straight from the original 1885 edition. You can tell right away, this is not your typical hero. I mean, look at him. Straw hat, a rifle, a fish he just caught. This is a boy who belongs to the river and the woods, someone who definitely lives by his own set of rules.
Now, what was so game-changing about this book is Huck's voice. I mean, from the very first sentence, he's talking directly to you and me. The language isn't proper, it's not fancy, but it feels so incredibly real. He's telling his own story, his way, and completely tearing down that wall between the character and the reader.
So where does Huck's story really kick off? Well, with a whole lot of money. He and his buddy Tom Sawyer stumbled upon some treasure, and they each got $6,000. Now that was an absolute fortune back then. But this money, it's what drags him out of the life he knows and throws him into a world of trouble.
Right, so that money lands Huck in a brand new world that he just can't stand. A nice lady, the widow Douglas, takes him in to try and civilize him. But for Huck, it feels a lot more like being put in a cage.
And this slide just lays out the central conflict of the entire novel so perfectly. On one side, you've got the widow's civilized world. New clothes, dinner bells, praying. On the other side, you've got everything Huck wants. Old rags, eating when he's hungry, and the freedom to just live in a barrel and smoke his pipe. It's this constant battle between society's rules and his own personal freedom.
You know, life with the widow is just filled with these lessons that make zero sense to Huck. She tries to teach him the story of Moses, and he's kind of into it at first, but the second he learns that Moses died a long time ago, he completely loses interest. He says he doesn't take no stock in dead people. It just shows you how practical and down-to-earth his thinking is.
And hey, if the widow's rules weren't bad enough, her sister, Miss Watson, moves in, and she is way stricter. She makes it her personal project to iron out every single one of Huck's rough edges. You can just feel him being suffocated, can't you? It's just a constant barrage of rules. He says it makes him feel tiresome and lonesome. All he wants is a change of scenery. He wants to go somewhere, anywhere, but there.
But what's so fascinating is even though he rejects the widow's religion, Huck's world is completely run by superstition. So a spider falls into his candle and burns up, and to him that is an awful, terrible sign. He's genuinely terrified. He immediately does this whole ritual to keep witches and bad luck away. It shows he believes in a much older, more mysterious world of signs and omens.
So you can feel the pressure building, right? This feeling of being trapped can't last forever. And sure enough, in the dead of night, the call to adventure finally arrives.
Imagine Huck sitting in his room after midnight, feeling all alone. And then he hears it, a meow from the trees. It's not a real cat, of course. It's the signal from his friend, Tom Sawyer. This is it. This is the moment the whole story pivots. Adventure is literally calling his name, and you better believe Huck is ready to answer. And Huck doesn't even think twice. He snuffs out his candle, climbs right out that window, and doesn't look back. He is leaving that respectable, civilized life in the dust. This image just captures it all. He's escaping a comfortable prison for the absolute thrill of the unknown. As they're sneaking off, the boys run into Miss Watson's slave, Jim, who's sitting near the kitchen. Now this is a huge moment. It seems small, but this is our first real introduction to the man who will become Huck's traveling partner, and really the moral compass for the entire novel. Well, because he's Tom Sawyer, he just has to play a prank. He sneaks up and hangs Jim's hat on a branch above his head while he's sleeping. But here's the amazing part. Jim takes this silly little prank and turns it into this epic story. He tells everyone that witches put him in a trance and rode him all across the state. The story makes him famous among the other slaves. It just shows you his incredible power as a storyteller.
That midnight escape is just the beginning of this epic journey down the Mississippi River. So after everything that happens, where do we end up? What's the big takeaway? To find that out, we have to jump to the very last page of the book.
And here's what's so powerful. After everything, the river, the cons, the brushes with death, Huck ends up right back where he started. Aunt Sally wants to adopt him and civilize him, and his reaction is just, nope. He says, I can't stand it. I've been there before. The circle is complete. He has learned his lesson, and that lesson is that civilization is not for him. So he makes his final choice. He decides he's gonna light out for the territory. He is choosing the wild, unknown frontier over the suffocating comfort of society. This last picture of Huck tipping his hat, it feels like a goodbye to us, and a goodbye to the world that tried and failed to pin him down.
When you strip it all away, that's what this book is all about. It's about this powerful, timeless choice that Huck has to make over and over again. It's the struggle between fitting in and being true to who you are, between the safety of doing what you're told and the beautiful, dangerous promise of real freedom. And that's why this book still hits so hard today.
And that really just leaves us with a final question to chew on. Huck was willing to trade away money, comfort, and safety for his idea of freedom. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are we willing to trade for ours?